Hey YouTube family, what's good with you? Look fam, this is going to be one of them videos. Look, this is going to be one of them videos. You know, man, I try to keep it strictly gun content most of the time. But sometimes something pops up and I feel like I need to speak out on it. I need to talk to you guys about it and talk through it. It's, you know, therapeutic for me, and hopefully you guys get something out of it. So I'll try not to go on some long rant. I'll try to keep it succinct as possible. But look, fam, for you guys who have been following my channel from day one, you guys know that I started this channel back at the end of March of last year. It hasn't even been a year yet, right? And for the most part, I would say most of my interactions have been hugely positive. Everybody has really embraced me. You guys know that, you know, I learned how to shoot very young. My dad, who's career law enforcement, taught me how to shoot. Bought my first gun back in like 1990, 1991, somewhere in there. But really became a gun enthusiast right at the start of the pandemic, when I felt like I needed to upgrade my, 30-year-old gun for home defense. And in doing that, I dove into gun culture. I started researching. I started finding all these great gun tubers out there and gleaming all this information from them. And they kind of inspired me to start my own channel. I didn't have any aspirations when I started my channel. I wasn't, envisioning myself being the next Coleon Noir or anything like that. I just thought there were a lot of people like me who had kind of just begun their gun journey, and I thought maybe we could kind of learn together, and this would be my way of chronicling that journey, right? And so that's what my channel was supposed to be all about, right? And I feel like a lot of people have come into my family here on YouTube, and some people have come because of the information that I can provide. Some people come because I'm relatable, and some people come to be entertained, or all three. So whatever reason, I'm appreciative of them, because they could be spending that time anywhere in the world and they're spending it with me. So I am very thankful. Now, I say all this because a situation came up just this past day, right? So a buddy of mine who I've known for a long time hit me up, and he was like, hey, you got a YouTube channel? And I was like, yeah, I really don't promote my YouTube channel like that. And so I was like, well, how did you find out? He was like, a friend of mine was talking about this guy, 2A-N-LA, and he was out here based in Los Angeles. And so I Googled 2A-N-LA, and I found out it was you. And I was like, oh, cool. So whatever. So we had that conversation, and it was all good, right? And it occurred to me, I have never Googled 2A-N-LA, not ever. The thought never occurred to me. So I did. I went and I Googled 2A-N-LA. And of course, the YouTube channel came up, and I think my Facebook thing came up, and maybe a few other things or whatever, right? So that was good. But then I noticed that an interview that I had done after I had started my channel, maybe my channel had been around 3 or 4 months at that point, there was a young guy in Seattle who hit me up, and he was like, hey, would you mind doing an interview for my YouTube channel? Now, I checked this channel out. He really doesn't post all that much and doesn't have like a big subscriber base or anything like that. But he was nice. He, seemed enthusiastic about the channel. And even though there was nothing in it for me per se to do the interview, I wanted to be accommodated. He asked for my help. So I help people. Sometimes you just help people without needing to get anything out of it, right? It's just out of the kindness of your own heart. Now, he is a member of this Reddit group, and I'm not going to drop any names or whatever, but he's a member of this Reddit group, and I guess he went to the group and asked, hey, I'm going to be interviewing 2A-N-LA. Is there any questions you guys may want to know or anything you want to ask, right? Fam. Not only did they crap all over me, they crapped all over him. Like, who is 2A-N-LA? Oh, he just got into guns 2 minutes ago. What can he teach me? I mean, just toxicity. Just straight toxicity. And then one of the guys happens to be a well-known YouTuber. And the guy asked, well, can I interview you? And he was like, hey, I looked at your thing and you only posted 4 times. Your last video only had 25 views and blah, blah, blah. Crapped on him. I'm like, all you had to do was say no. Like, to try to dampen this guy's hopes and dreams seemed unnecessary to me, as did a lot of what they were saying. Oh, you know, he just bought his first gun, blah, 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 blah. No. So, well, my first gun 30 years ago. I've been shooting since I was in elementary school. I just became an enthusiast at the start of the pandemic. But the reason why I bring this up, y'all, is that we all face toxicity, whether it's in the workplace or wherever. Don't let that affect you. I'm proud of the individual who I did the interview with, because it's a different kind of person might have heard all that and then not wanted to do the interview, may have just given up. And so we ended up doing the interview. I think he did a great job. I think it's a good interview. You know, I think it was a pretty good interview. And I'll leave the link for it down below. But I just thought that it's like you get these people behind the keyboard and they just spew. And they just spew. And they're negative and derogatory. And I sent a little polite reply to the larger gun tuber who crapped on the kid. And I said, hey, man, look, you know, I don't think that's cool. First of all, you don't have the facts right. You would know that if you looked at the channel. Plus, it was somebody who I acknowledged when I started my channel that was an inspiration to me, because I gleaned a lot of knowledge from him. And his response was, well, nobody wants to hear from somebody who just got into guns. Well, you know, I have my YouTube channel now less than a year. We headed towards 3,000 subscribers. We headed towards 500,000 views. I don't know how many watch hours, thousands and thousands of watch. So somebody does want to watch, right? And so a lot of these comments were made around the time of the interview, so months ago. So I'm just seeing them now. I'm glad I didn't see them then. I'm not the kind of person who's going to let somebody tell me, you know, what I can or can't do, or let that influence me. But if I was the kind of person who was easily discouraged, I might have read that and felt like, oh, I shouldn't start my channel. Nobody's going to want to listen to me because I've only been into guns like a couple years or whatever. And look, fam, I just got back from SHOT Show. Do you think when I started this channel in March of last year that I was thinking, I'll be attending SHOT Show in January, just 10 months later, that I'd be interviewing the CEO and founder of Safe Life Defense, that I'd be interviewing the CEO of LAX Ammunition, that I'd be interviewing the COO of Alien Gear Holsters? Are you kidding me? No, I had no idea. And so these kinds of things, this is why I say don't let other people's baggage weigh you down. You know what I'm saying? I'm at SHOT Show around these industry titans, and I met with arguably every major manufacturer. I met with representatives from arguably every major manufacturer there is in the gun business, and they were all welcoming. And they all were giving of their time. You know what it's like, y'all? It's like you meet Michael Jordan or you meet LeBron James, and they are totally humble and welcoming and generous. And then you meet the little local high school basketball star, and he got attitude. He got attitude. Like he's something, like he's done something, like he's accomplished something. These little cats in these little chat rooms and stuff like this, and these boards, man. Don't let, I don't care where it is, fam, whether it is in your workplace, whether it's your family, whether it's your friends, whether it's in social media, don't let other people's baggage weigh you down. keep on your focus. Do things that you feel are going to benefit you. When I started this channel, it was because in part of COVID. Like, that was my motivation. All the stuff that was going on with COVID was kind of my motivation to buy my new firearm, which led me to diving into YouTube and really researching and doing my homework and finding this love. And for once, I had the time. I didn't have a 2.5-hour work commute anymore because I was working from home. I didn't have, vacations and stuff that I was going on. I wasn't doing all this social stuff because there was no social stuff to do. So it really kind of reminded me how much I enjoyed firearms, and then fueled that love. And I think too many times these people they stay in their little caves and they don't come out. They don't hear from people who think like them. If they were to pose the question to me, well, what can I learn from somebody who just got into guns? I don't know. Watch this channel and find out. Be a little more open-minded. Fam, look, in my day job, I don't talk about, what I do for a living or anything like that because it just isn't really pertinent to the channel. But I am surrounded by very, very, very successful people on a daily basis. I'm talking multi-millionaires, in some instances billionaires. And most of them are very, very gracious, very much like the people I met at SHOT Show. Very generous with their time, even though they have every reason in the world not to be. And I just find these little nasty internet folks who haven't accomplished jack, their attitudes, man, instead of embracing somebody who is new to the 2A community and holding them close and helping them and supporting them, all they do is crap on them, man. And so, look, I'm glad the guy who did my interview didn't fall prey to that. I'm glad I haven't fallen prey to that, and I don't want you guys falling prey to that. So, just ignore the toxicity. There's always going to be naysayers, always going to be people who tell you what you can't do and what's wrong with you and blah, 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 blah. Just keep doing you. Just keep doing you, boo-boo. Keep doing you. All right, fam, until next time. Oh, and look, I got SHOT Show. I'm wrapping up all the edits and everything for SHOT Show. More stuff to come on that. You should be getting it. I'm going to try to wrap it up by the end of this week and have everything out certainly no later than beginning of next week. All right? So stay tuned for that SHOT Show footage. Until next time, y'all. Peace.